Hello, and welcome to the
Nobody asked.
Nobody Asked podcast. And we shall now officially start with our intro done. We both agreed on it.
Sure. We are now a video podcast.
Moving up in the
Moving
world.
up in the
Video
world.
podcast.
Okay, so first, I think we'll start by, for one, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
This wonderful snowy day.
I feel like every time I ask you how you are, you don't even think about it. You just say good and then ask me how I am.
I feel like it's the same for you.
Well, because I'm always good, but I feel like
I'm always good.
But I mean,
You're not always good.
That's true. I'm not always good, but
So you're lying to me.
What I'm saying is, whenever I ask you, how are you? You're just always like, good, how are you? And I'm like, no, honey, actually, how are you? Are you doing okay? And you're like, yeah, I'm fine.
I normally am doing good 98% of the time.
Yeah, but, you never, talk to me about, how truly are you? Existentially, how are you doing?
Good.
Okay.
I mean, normally when I have an
Existential.
existential crisis.
Crisis?
Yes, crisis.
Honey, no.
Yes.
Honey,
Crisis.
no. Crisis.
Crisis.
Spell the word.
Crisis.
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 Oh my gosh.
But whenever I have that, I just feel like I get it done with. I get it dealt with, and then I'm back to being good.
Okay, whatever. I feel like this has been a crazy month.
Oh?
I was realizing this morning that...
Maybe for you.
I mean, yeah, because I was realizing this morning...
So, a crazy month for you, not me.
Well, I mean, for you too, because...
Why?
Well, for... When I say crazy, I mean just, all the events that have taken place. I mean, you got strep...
Yeah.
While I had COVID. You were with me every day while I had COVID, and you got strep. You didn't get COVID. You were with me all of the time whenever I had COVID, and you got strep.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's crazy. But also, I worked, less than half of this month. January.
Yeah.
Because I had COVID twice, and now with the snow, I mean, I guess technically it's February, but I mean, just, over the past month, I haven't, worked at all. I mean, I've worked, maybe 2 weeks out of the past month. And, it's, I don't know, it's just been crazy.
So, half the month?
Yeah, I was just realizing this morning how crazy life has been. And yet still it feels, chaotic. I feel like I'm not working, but, I'm so busy and so stressed out. And, there's so much going on. I was so excited about winter retreat because I had an outfit to wear. And they canceled it yesterday.
Yeah.
So now I'm...
School's canceled tomorrow, so I don't go.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
That you were supposed to go for the...
Yeah, the all-day thing, remember? They canceled it because...
Isn't that, supposed to be prep for the conference y'all are going to?
Yeah. For TMEA. It's also prep for my concert tomorrow.
Wait, so is there a concert tomorrow still?
Yes. So far.
So there's a concert, but there's no school.
Not tomorrow. Sorry, Sunday.
Sunday. Which is where?
At Tarleton.
Okay, so there's one thing I want to talk about. I have a plan for something I want to do, but first I want to ask you about something because I'm sure you've not heard of this at all because I know you. Do you know who Whoopi Goldberg is?
Yes. And how's that? She's not getting
know about
fired.
this.
Yeah, I watched Ben Shapiro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
well, I mean, you just watch clips of his on Snapchat.
Well, yes, but those clips are relevant topics.
I wanted to talk about this topic. I wanted to talk about her and right now.
I have no clue
Do you know who Whoopi Goldberg is?
No, I have no clue who she actually is.
Okay, so she's an actress.
Oh, she's a news reporter or something on a show.
She's on The View, which isn't a news show. It's just it's a group of judgmental women talking.
There's 5 of them, right? And now it's only 4?
It fluctuates because through the years they change out hosts. And so, there have been hosts on there, through the past that are on there.
How long has she been on there?
I think she's one of the ones that have been on there for the longest, like for years and years and years and years. Because it's basically a panel of a bunch of leftist trash,
Yeah.
and then one conservative woman that they all just
Bash on.
get. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so she's one of the leftist trash. Whoopi Goldberg, she is a putrid human being. I mean, I could not have a lower opinion of her. I think she is everything wrong with society. I think she's disgusting. I can't express the amount that I despise that woman. I have every bit of disdain for her. But do you know what happened?
She said something. I don't remember.
So she was on The View, which is this panel of women who are just talking
It
about
was
things.
how she felt about something. It was conservative, right?
No, it wasn't conservative. She said that the Holocaust wasn't about race.
Yes, it was about why
They were talking about the Holocaust. I don't even know what they're talking about, but she said the Holocaust wasn't about race. It was about man being evil to man. Like she was just, and so a lot of people got mad. I just want to know your opinion. Do you know like anything? So Whoopi Goldberg, she on that show, like she is this like soldier for like canceling people. She's this soldier for you say the N-word one time 20 years ago, your career should be over. Like she's one of these just like she's everything wrong with society. And so my biggest issue is she was suspended for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, like, you're whatever. People have different opinions on that. My thing is she literally turned right around and took it back, which bothered me because she said what she said because she meant it. And, like, she even defended it, and she later went on to a talk show talking about it and stating her opinion. She said what she said because she meant it. And I think she meant it even afterwards. But she took it back because that's what you do, and that's what she was told to do. I don't think that she changed her mind about it. I think she's just doing what you're supposed to do. And I think if you're going to have an opinion, I think she's wrong. I think she's an idiot. But I think if you're going to, like, say something, you're going to stand by something. You're going to stand for it enough to say it on national TV. Stand by it, or... You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I hate her. I just think that she should be, like... I don't know, hanged or something. Maybe not hanged,
yeah.
but...
I mean, like, I think it is crazy, though. Like, normally when people say that, like, on the news or whatever show she was on, they just immediately get fired. Like, just straight up, like, gone. Like, that.
Yeah, and the only reason I feel like she didn't is because she's one of them.
Yeah.
You know, like, if she was saying anything Republican, she would automatically be fired for good. Like,
I don't
that
think
would be
so.
it. You don't think so?
No, because, like you said, she is, like, one of the big ones. Even if one view of hers is somewhat conservative or Republican or whatever, I feel like they would have just suspended
Which
her.
I see, but I also, there have been other scenarios where people have done those things, and they've been canceled completely. Like, for example, Nicki Minaj, she had, like, a friend who had a bad reaction to the vaccine, and she's a leftist. I mean, she's straight up a leftist, but she tweeted saying, like, people should research and make their own decision for whether or not they're going to get the vaccine. And her whole career, I mean, everyone was canceling her. All of the leftists were, like, completely canceling Nicki Minaj because she had one opinion that was Republican. Like, it doesn't matter.
Well,
like,
I mean, yes, you can be leftist, but, like, she wasn't, like, hardcore. Like, she wasn't hardcore into politics or anything like that.
Nicki
I feel
Minaj?
like, yeah. But I feel like Whoopi Goldberg, however you say her name,
she's, like, an actor. She's in...
I feel like she's definitely, like, into politics and, like,
I mean, yeah, she is, because she's on The View, and that's kind of what they do, is they talk about...
Exactly. And
yeah.
I feel like because she's so hard into politics, so hard into that kind of thing, she still would only get suspended. Because Nicki Minaj, she's just a leftist because she just likes them, you know? Not because she fights politically for them, that she's a politician, that, like, she goes on news talk hosts to talk about stuff like that. You know, like...
So
I feel like there's a major difference.
think because Whoopi Goldberg is a leftist, no matter what she said, she would have gotten, like, a slap on the wrist because she's still on their side?
Yeah, I mean, look at Biden. I mean, there's so many things that he's done that I feel like the left disagree with, and they're like, oh, it's Biden, it's okay.
Well, I mean, also, I think that Biden's just a puppet, though, and they, like, use him to, like, because he's so dumb that they don't have to, like, go, like, they can just go right past him. He doesn't know what's happening. Like, they just, like, give him a toy and it distracts him for a while. I feel like that's, like, the whole reason that he's even the tool that they're using is because... Yeah. Anyway, I was just curious about your opinion. Whoopi Goldberg, you might have seen something she's been in. She's in something called The Sister Act. I don't know what that is, but Dane talked about it.
No idea.
She's in Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. That is where I know her from. And she is in a movie, I think she's in The Rat Race, which is a movie I remember my parents watching when I was a kid, which I enjoyed. I don't know what else she's in. That's all I can think of. But I think that she is a putrid human. I think that she is everything wrong with our world. And I think she should be completely removed from everything. Just because I hate her so much. But that's just me, you know? Okay.
Well, I feel like it's how you feel about any leftist.
No, it's not. I think that there are leftists who are, like, actually somewhat decent people. I just think she's putrid. I think that she and there are actually women on The View that I actually have respect for. Even though that they're very much left-leaning. Whoopi Goldberg and then the other woman, her name is Joy something. Bauer or something like that. The two of them are, like, the scum of the earth. Everybody else on that show, I think, is just whatever. There's this chick named Sunny. I kind of like
Sunny
her.
with a chance?
No, she's like... Anyway. Okay, moving on. So, I actually did have a game for us to play.
Oh.
I have some questions I want to ask you about me. And then I will try to answer them about you as well. Because I think I know you better than you know me.
Oh?
Most definitely.
Probably.
Most definitely. Like, I'm quite sure. But at the same time... I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Okay.
I think it depends on the questions you ask. Because I feel like I can ask questions that I would know you better than.
Okay, you can ask me questions if you want.
I told you I can't do that if I didn't know what we were doing.
Well, I didn't decide I wanted to do the podcast until today, and you didn't get here till 2 o'clock. So
I asked you.
Or 3 o'clock.
I asked you what we were doing.
10 seconds before we started the podcast.
And you said no. That could have given me 10 seconds to think.
Okay, whatever. I'll ask you these questions and then I'll answer them about you. Okay, are you ready for the first question? How old was I when I had my first kiss?
19.
Whoa, how'd you know that? I'm surprised you remember that.
Why?
I don't know, you just don't remember things.
I remember that because it was when you first came to Riverbend. I remember you were 19.
Yeah.
When did I have my first
kiss? You were 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What's my favorite TV show?
Come on! There's like 8.
Okay, give me top 2.
Top 2?
I would say I have 2 favorites.
Friends of the Office.
Yeah.
Because I would say Psych, but I remember you were saying, like, you're so hyped for Psych, and then I feel like, I feel like everyone hyped it up around you, and you're like, yeah, I do like Psych, but, like, it's not, like, my favorite. And
yeah,
then,
I mean, I always liked Psych. I really do like Psych. It's one of my favorites, but, like, for a long time, I, like, felt like it was supposed to be my favorite, because, like, that was something we all liked together, and I felt like if it wasn't my favorite, I felt guilty. But, like, I've kind of, like, accepted, like, Psych is a great show, and I can love it, and also still prefer watching something else. Like, that's okay, and I'm allowed to do that.
What's my favorite TV show?
Okay, this is, like, the things that are hard, because, for one, you only ever watch what I watch.
Yeah, because you never want to watch what I watch.
Honey, you don't care, like...
Yes, because I don't care, but when I ask, like, literally, remember when we tried to watch Encanto? And you are like, yeah, I want to do what you want.
So hard.
And we literally got through 20 seconds of the movie, and you're like, I can't, it's too hard, I can't.
I didn't do that. I hate cartoons. I tried, and I started it, and I really tried.
20 seconds.
It was like...
20 seconds.
It was at least 5 minutes.
It was 20 seconds.
No.
We didn't even get through the credit scenes in the open.
I really hate cartoons. But okay, let me think about your favorite show. We've talked about this before.
Yep.
I think... Because the last time I guessed that... Is it The Boys? No, that's what I guessed the last time. Because that's one you like.
I like, but it's not my favorite.
Oh, man. Do you have a favorite show?
Yep.
Dang. Have I ever watched it with you?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It's not anime, is it?
No, I mean, like...
No, I know this! It's Pokemon! Because I didn't know that was a TV show the last time we talked about it. I thought it was just like a movie and then like a video games. I didn't know there was a TV show. That's why. I'm not watching
or
that.
Digimon.
Yeah, I'm not watching that. Sorry, I love you, but I'm not watching that. And I think that's reasonable. I mean, that's perfect. For me to not watch Pokemon, I'm not allowed to watch it for one thing. Ask my mom. She said no. Okay. Ooh, this one's harder. Name one of my family's traditions.
Family's traditions?
Yeah, like a tradition that my family has.
Like anything?
Anything.
I mean, during Christmas, you open one present per person, or one person no one's allowed to open a present except for that one person. Everyone has to look and enjoy like what they're doing, and it can be that person can open multiple presents or one present at a time, and it's just sporadic what everyone wants.
I feel like that's not a tradition, though.
That is. You'll do it every single
then
Christmas.
I could say, like, your family just opens presents without anybody watching each other. That's not a tradition. Everybody does that.
Yeah, but your family doesn't do that. Your family does something specific.
Okay, give me one other tradition. Like, can you think of anything else that we do, like, traditionally?
Traditionally?
Like, a tradition that my family has. Like, I've talked to you about traditions we have. We have Christmas Eve traditions. We have Valentine's Day traditions. I told you about literally 2 days ago.
I feel like, because the only thing I can think of for the Valentine's that you've told me is that, like, you'll all get each other something for Valentine's Day.
No, I told you we all made boxes, like Valentine's boxes.
But that's normal. I feel like that's normal. I did that all the time in public school.
Well, I don't know. I didn't go to school.
Well, it's not a tradition then,
No,
because
it
everyone does it.
No, okay, no.
That's exactly like the Christmas thing.
No, but listen. That was like, it was a tradition because it was like, I don't know. I feel like it's different because like, okay, whatever. Okay, you did good. You did good. We'll move on.
Mine's pretty easy. I talk about one specifically.
Yeah.
We don't
which
do
they
it
don't
anymore.
even do anymore. Yeah. The only thing I can think of was the New Year's Eve thing with the like bacon and the cabbage and the beans and everything. But like y'all don't even do that now. So like I feel like I don't really have any traditions.
Yeah. That was the only thing I can like actually remember that we would do. That's like something our family specifically like wanted to do.
Okay. What's my favorite cereal?
Favorite cereal? Oh, it's I know this. It's not Cinnamon Toast Crunch? No.
Is that your final answer?
No. It's I know what we had it in there. I want to say Lucky Charms, but I don't think it's that because
There are two. And if you say either one of them, they are both in my pantry right now.
I know. I want to say Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms is one of them. I only like two cereals. There are only
Yes.
two cereals that I will eat.
I don't remember the other. I want to say Trix, but it's not Trix.
Absolutely
Captain
not.
Crunch?
No.
Cocoa Puffs?
Nope. Reese's Puffs.
Yes, that's what it was. I remember it was something. I want to say Reese's Pieces, but like that's not a cereal.
Lucky Charms and Reese's Puffs are
Yeah.
the only ones that I'll eat.
I remember. I was gonna say Reese's Pieces,
And I have to
but-
be like really in the mood for them. Like I've had both of those boxes in my pantry for like a month, and I opened one like 2 days ago
Yeah.
that hadn't even been opened yet. Because I have to be in the mood for cereal, and I have to be in the mood for like those are the only two that I will touch. I don't know if you have a favorite cereal.
Yes, I do. I have one I really love and one that I kind of love if I'm special.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. No, you don't like that. I was thinking like.
I don't like cinnamon.
Oh yeah, that's true. I knew that. I knew that. You don't like.
You
cinnamon.
know me so well.
Okay, shut up. I do know you better than you know me. I do know you better than you know me. Hang on, I'm thinking. You have a favorite, and I know it, right?
Yes. I'm shocked.
I don't know.
I literally said it was my favorite before I answered yours.
Lucky Charms.
Yes.
Okay, I thought because
I literally was like, that's my favorite, but I don't know if it was yours.
we argued in depth over Lucky Charms, the song.
Yes.
Because you sing the song wrong.
No, because the song is correct. Yours is wrong.
Because you put hourglasses in the song.
Yes, because Hourglasses is the part.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Well, I mean, like, maybe for, like, the youngins. They changed it in 2008 to be that. Which, to be fair, it hasn't been that in years either, because they changed it to something else
It's
now.
like unicorns now, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. But whenever I was growing up, it was Pots of Gold.
No, it's Hourglasses.
I didn't even know that existed until you told me. And it hasn't been that in, like, years. I never knew it was that, because we didn't have TV. I mean, the only time we had TV was that, like, in the time that I remember was in 2008. And that was the year that they changed it. So that's all I remember it being.
My other favorite cereal. It's like very low key, but it's Captain Crunch. Like just the regular kind.
Disgusting.
I love it. I think it's so good. I don't like it with like the
Of
Trix
course.
balls or whatever,
See,
but
that makes so much sense because you also order vanilla milkshakes when we go places.
yeah.
And so it doesn't even surprise me that you like things like bland old Captain Crunch. Like, who even are you? Okay, How many people? This one's really easy. How many people did I date before you?
1.
You dated 2. Why did you hesitate? Because I was like, I
was
think I'm
thinking-
right about that. You dated
Yeah.
2 people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say who they were because I feel like that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only dated 2 people before me. Okay. What's my biggest phobia? I
Biggest.
think phobia starts with a PH, doesn't it? I
Yes.
wrote it with an F.
Well, it's a PH.
And I didn't think anything of it, and then I
Biggest
just saw it and I was like, that looks so wrong.
Phobia?
You don't know what my biggest phobia is? I feel like this is a really easy one.
I feel like you have a lot.
You feel like I have a lot?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have a lot.
The only thing
I'm not afraid of a lot of things.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is armadillo.
And then I have one other one. But it's more those existential, I'm terrified of if this happens.
Oh, in the ocean, getting lost in the middle of the ocean.
Being lost at sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yours is spiders.
I mean, yes.
That's what you said.
I mean, yes, I do think it's the scariest thing for, I wouldn't say
That's
it's
a
scary.
phobia.
Yes, I agree that's a phobia. But I feel like it's a phobia for, 85% of people.
See, I have no fear of spiders at all. I would hold a spider.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like 85% of people are scared.
What is something you're more scared of than spiders? Anything? No.
No, I mean,
It's spiders.
Spiders definitely not, but I don't want to be like a child, but it's for me it's the darkness, but it's not specifically the darkness.
It's what's in the darkness.
Yes, it's the unknown in the darkness.
That's what everybody anybody who's afraid of the dark is afraid of what's in the dark. Nobody's afraid of just darkness.
How do you know?
I mean,
Did you ask people? No. You
Honey.
can't just judge people like that.
no, I saw this thing once that said people aren't afraid of being alone in the dark, they're afraid of not being alone in the dark.
Yeah, literally.
Accurate. Okay. Celebrity crush. I think you know mine. I've talked about mine a lot.
Dude, you had 4, and I don't remember
My
any of
number 1.
Paul Rudd.
Yep. And yours is Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
That's the only celebrity I've ever heard you talk about being hot.
Well, I mean, I just said hot as in a joke, not actual hot.
Well, duh, but he's the only celebrity I've ever heard you say was hot.
I mean, Chris Evans is pretty bulky. I mean,
Chris Evans?
Dude!
He's not even the best Chris. He's not even the best Chris in the Avengers. He's the worst one.
No, dude.
I just no.
When he pulled the helicopter back and...
I just have so much bitterness toward Captain America that I could
You
never...
always do.
Okay, also, Chris Evans is a leftist that I can't respect.
So dramatic.
But Chris Hemsworth is way hotter. I'm all about long hair.
No, that's gross.
And then Chris Pratt is better looking than Chris Evans.
Chris Pratt's pretty cool. He's I feel like he's pretty cool.
I think he's overrated, low-key. I feel like every Christian's like, bro, Chris Pratt's a Christian, bro. We should like him because he's a Christian. But, Miley Cyrus is a Christian, too. So, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Okay. What country would I want to visit?
None.
You know me so well.
You think USA is the best country there ever is?
It's not even that. It's just because I don't like trying new things.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave my comfort zone.
I know.
You want to go to Japan.
Yeah.
Because you're strange.
Because I'm a nerd. It's my weeaboo side.
Don't say that. My family's going to listen to this.
Yeah, I know. They're going to look up what weeaboo means.
No, they're going to judge me for dating you.
I mean, they should already, because I watch anime.
But yeah, you want to go to Japan. I want to stay right here in my comfy little home. And
I want to explore the world.
if I wanted to live in another state, where would I want to live?
Florida.
Yes, that's true. But if I wanted to visit another state, where would I want to visit? We've talked about this.
No, we haven't.
It's for a specific reason. To go to a specific church.
It's it's either South Carolina or North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, it's for
Elevation.
elevation.
Yeah. You know me so well. Okay.
What state would I want to go to?
New York.
Because they have the biggest Pokemon convention.
What chore do I hate the most?
What chore do you hate the most? Chore that you hate the most. Washing dishes.
No. I actually don't mind washing dishes. Putting away laundry. Like, I don't mind washing it, but folding and putting... Not even folding. I like folding laundry. Putting the laundry away after I folded it. I hate. And yours is putting away dishes. Honey, you literally, like, tear me apart every day for not putting away the dishes because you refuse to do it.
Yes. But there's one that I hate even more than that.
Laundry?
Yeah. I hate laundry. Like, anything laundry, the fact that I have to do my own laundry, it just, ugh, I hate it. But I do...
Half the time I do your laundry.
Honey, you haven't done my laundry in, like, a month and a half. You still wouldn't do it.
You don't know that. You haven't tried. Don't knock it till you try it. Okay, What veggie would I never put in my salad?
Oatmeal. Because you can't...
I love you. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You want to tell the story?
No, I'm just gonna leave it. I mean, I guess we should. I don't like I don't like oatmeal cookies. I call them vegetable cookies because I consider anything that my mother made me eat as a child a vegetable. So, and my mother made me eat oatmeal growing up, so I consider it a vegetable.
What vegetable that you won't eat?
That I will not eat.
Carrots.
No, I like carrots. I don't like them, but I will eat them. There is one that I won't go near, and the smell of it makes me nauseous.
The smell of it makes
We talked about it last week because it's the reason I don't like cantaloupe or watermelon. Because I think that they both taste like this vegetable.
I don't know.
I know yours. Mine is cucumbers.
Cucumber. That's so ironic.
What do you mean? Oh, because I love pickles so much.
Yes.
I despise cucumbers. Even the smell of them makes me sick. You hate tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes because they pop like eyeballs.
Yeah. Is that a vegetable? That's
Well,
a
I mean-
fruit.
Okay, but nobody's going to put that in a fruit salad. It's a...
People do.
Excuse me?
Have you seen, like, Olive Garden? They put, like, the small tomatoes in there.
In salad, not fruit salad.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Well, you didn't
technically a fruit, but people don't put it in fruit salad.
Oh, I feel like a lot of people don't put it in.
They consider it a vegetable. Every salad I've ever eaten had tomatoes in it.
But, like, I don't consider that a vegetable.
You don't... What? You don't consider a tomato to be a vegetable?
It's a fruit.
I mean, scientifically, yes, dear, it's a fruit. But everyone considers it a vegetable.
I consider it a fruit.
Then cucumbers are fruit.
Why?
Because they are literally scientifically a fruit. Tomatoes
think
and cucumbers. Yes, because they contain a seed. If the seed is inside, it's a fruit. Tomatoes are fruits, and cucumbers are fruits.
Strawberries are fruits, but their seeds are on the outside.
Google it. I don't know. Strawberries are berries.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
Roasted.
Is cucumber a what, vegetable or fruit?
Fruit.
Fruit.
It is. Boom roasted.
They're classified as
Get-
fruit.
Roasted.
I don't care about this.
Burn victim.
What was it?
Tomato. Strawberry. Strawberries are berries.
I know, but like
I don't know
tomato or
what
cherry tomatoes?
Honey, all tomatoes are tomatoes.
Okay.
Cherry tomatoes are just smaller versions. Like. Well,
Yeah, tomato's a fruit.
we're really making it through this list.
See, tomato is a fruit.
I know that. I said that. Honey.
But you say
I didn't
everyone
argue
considers them a vegetable.
Yes, I said scientifically they are fruit. So are cucumbers. But if you're going to consider a tomato a fruit, you have to consider a cucumber one too, which everybody...
Okay, that's fine. Then that initially means your question's wrong.
I'm going to beat you up.
That, I mean, it's true because you said what vegetable, even though cucumber is not a vegetable. You should
If
have
I
said
had
fruits
said what fruit would
or
I...
vegetable.
You anger me? on a level that I cannot even.
I'm sorry if you're wrong.
Oh my gosh.
You made me answer incorrectly.
We are moving on because I am going to harm you emotionally
We're
and
gonna call
physically.
that one a draw.
Okay, what do I consider the thing that I am best at? There are like 3 that if you guess them, I will be shocked because I don't think you know this. The thing that I think I am the best at, not as in like better than other people, but I am better at that than anything else I do.
Housekeeping.
No. I think,
you say that all the time.
I think I'm better than anybody else at housekeeping. I don't think it's the thing I'm best at. I think that there are other things I do better than I do housekeeping. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
I think I'm better at housekeeping than anyone else that does housekeeping.
Uh-huh.
But I think that there are things I do better than I do that.
Better than you do that.
Like, I'm good at housekeeping, I'm good at these other things, but I'm better at these other things than I am at housekeeping.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm saying. What do I consider the thing that I can do the most successfully of anything that I do?
Lead.
No. I think I'm a great leader, but I don't think I'm better at that than other things.
Social interaction.
When I say I'm a great leader, I think I'm naturally a leader. I don't think I'm the best that there is. I think that you're a better leader than I am.
Social interaction.
No.
I don't know.
I don't think that you do. The things that I think that I am best at. 1, recognizing people's faces. Because, like, when we're watching something, anytime I see someone, I could have seen them one time 20 years ago.
Just like your dad?
My dad is terrible at that. Like, he'll be like, hey, that's that person. And it's like, they're not even the same race. Like, not even close. What I mean is, like, the other day we were watching Modern Family, because my mom recommended it. This little girl who had a completely different color hair than she did in this one episode of Bones that I saw her in, like, years ago. She's in, like, a 5-minute clip of this one episode of Bones. I was like, that's that girl. And I Googled it, and I was right. Because, like, whenever I see people, I can see them a completely different age, a completely different hair color, a completely different context, and instantly know who they are. Sometimes it'll take me a minute, but I think that's the thing that I'm best at, is, like, recognizing people's faces. Or reading people. Like, being able to tell whenever somebody's upset. I'm very good at this with you.
Yeah.
Like, whenever somebody's energy shifts and they go from, like, being fine to being upset or, like, or angry or whatever, I can instantly tell a shift in somebody's energy whenever they're upset. There was one other one, but I don't remember what it was. Explaining something. Like, whenever somebody's trying to explain how to play a game, it's very hard for me always to, like, step back and let somebody else explain a game, because I think it's one of the things I'm best at, is, like, breaking things down to, like, make it understandable for people who aren't that smart.
I don't think so.
You don't think that I am?
Every time you explain a game to me, I always question, like, everything you say, because, like, you don't fully explain. I'm like, well, if this happened, you're like, well, it's never going to happen, so it doesn't even matter, so, like, just forget about it.
You literally just try to cause problems, just to upset me.
No, because I want to know more about the game. Like, I want to know, like, well, what if this happens, or what if that happens?
I'm not just talking about a game, I'm talking about, like, concepts, like, any, like, things that people are struggling to understand. I'm good at breaking them down in order for people to understand them easier.
I don't think so.
Well, you're just bad at understanding things! That's not my fault. Like, that is something that I have been known for doing. You're wrong. Maybe you're just wrong. I don't like this game with you.
Alright, what about me?
The thing that you're best at, that you think you're best at?
Mm-hmm. There are 3 that I can think of, like, off the top of my head.
Saxophone.
No, not even close.
See, I thought that because, like, whenever I was first thinking it, whenever I was writing this question, I thought of that, and I was like, I really don't think he thinks that he's that good at it. The thing that I think you're best at is, like, bringing down, like, whenever things get too energetic or people get too mad or, like, things get overdone, like, you're able to, like, slow everybody down and, like, bring down the energy and, like make things not so intense and, like, calm people down and, like, explain things in a very, like where when people are yelling at each other, you're able to, like, defuse situations and, like, make people feel like they're being heard and things like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, that kind of goes with one of them.
Like, I think you're a good leader in, like, making people feel, like, appreciated and understood and, like, heard. You know?
I mean, that's kind of one of mine.
I think that your kindness is one of the things you're best at. Like,
Yeah, mine was compassion. That was one of them.
compassion. Like, whenever...
I have a lot of, like, empathy towards people.
Yeah. I see that a lot. And, like... Whereas whenever we're working, it's my instinct to just, like, get the job done. Like, I'm all about efficiency. I feel like you're more so about people.
I mean, I'm about efficiency as much as I can for the empathy that I put towards people.
Yeah. See, for me, whenever I'm in a work environment, like, you're in a work environment and you're like, how can I get this done and make everyone in the room still feel like they accomplished something? Whereas with me, I'm like, who do I need to weed out of this situation to make sure that we have the most success in accomplishing this mission? And if I have to kick people out to get done what I need to do, I don't care about people's feelings in the process. I feel like I'm decent with people or I'm decent with work, but I can't do both at the same time. If I'm at work, I'm all about let's get the job done to the best of our ability. And if you're hindering that, get out. Because I'd rather you not be here, you know? And that's something that I'm not good at doing, is like incorporating people's emotions and feelings into what we're doing. What's the other thing?
The other two are Tray Room
Yeah.
and DC.
Dude, yeah. I can see that. I've never seen you be DC. I've seen you work in Tray Room. You're pretty decent.
Oh, pretty decent.
Like, so you think, are these things you feel like you're better than other people at, or you feel like you're better at those than you are at other things?
Better at those than other things that I do.
Like, you feel like the most successful after you've done that.
Yeah.
Like, when you come out of it, you're like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Like, you feel a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
That's how I feel whenever, like, I recognize somebody in something. Like, every time I Google somebody, and it's exactly who I think it is, I'm like, heck yeah, bro, I did that. You know? Because it feels like that's, like, you know?
Mm-hmm. Next one.
Okay. Who's my favorite Friends character? This one seems pretty easy to me.
I feel like I know it, but then again, it could just be completely wrong. Joey?
Not
No.
even a little bit.
Really?
From all of my life, it's been the same. Not a moment has it changed. It's always been the same. I've never wavered on this once. This is something I feel like you should know. You only think it's Joey because you hate Joey, and I would defend him when you would complain about him.
Because you were like, everyone loves Joey.
Yeah,
Everyone's
'cause-
Joey's favorite.
Everybody loves Joey. I didn't say Joey was everybody's favorite. Everybody does love Joey. But he's not my favorite. I'm pretty sure you also don't like my favorite.
Favorite?
I'm shocked that you don't know this.
Rachel?
Nope.
Monica?
Nope.
Chandler?
Mm-hmm.
You've never said that.
I've literally
Okay,
always said
first
that.
off, you tell me all the time, you're like, actually, I really love Ross. The more I grow up, the more I think he's the best.
Okay, honey.
Second.
You didn't even guess Ross.
Yes, I know, because I knew you were going to say no to it. Even though, if it was, I would have been even more mad.
You would have been mad if it was Ross?
Yeah.
See, I never said Ross was my favorite. I said when I was growing up, I never liked him, but the more I have grown up, the more I've grown to understand, like, his character. I like all of them.
So, I mean, but you always say, like, Joey's everyone's favorite. Ross, I love because I grow
never
up.
said that.
The more I grow up, the more I love Ross. Yes, you did. And you're like, oh, I'm always like Monica. Like, everyone always says I'm like Monica.
Okay, yes, I don't like me. Why would I like the one that's most like me? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Plus, I said I like Ross more than I used to. I never said he was my favorite. I've always said Chandler was my favorite. There's never been a moment in which I didn't say that.
Never.
Because Chandler's the funniest one. And I told you I get 90% of my comedy.
The funniest.
90% of my sense of humor comes from Chandler and Psych. That's where, like, all of my jokes come from. He's the funniest one.
What was my favorite friend?
Ross. Because you always relate to the underdog.
I mean,
And
yeah,
you're so
I
proud of it too.
I like Ross. I feel like he gets like, it makes me so mad the amount of crap he goes through with his friends, and he just like takes it.
What do you mean the crap he goes through? He's kind of like a horrible person and a horrible friend.
They're all horrible friends to him.
Are you saying me? Okay, I've heard you complain because they won't like call him doctor.
Well, okay, that's fine. I understand if you don't want to call him doctor. Like, who cares? Like, obviously, like you spent 8 years in college to get that, and like I know there's a lot of people that are like, you're going to call me doctor. There's no other thing. I earned the title of doctor, and that's fine. Like, if they're super super close friends, like all of them, like that's perfectly fine. But the fact that like he like tries to like educate them just like for like 5 minutes sometimes. Like sometimes he goes
And
on
they're
like
all just like,
yeah, and like I understand if it's like a 30-minute rant about something, fine, like that's fine. But sometimes it's like he literally is like, oh, did you know blah 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 blah, and they're all just like out cold. I'm like, dude, he literally just said like one line, like
okay, but let me explain something. Just to be the devil's advocate here. We see 20 minutes of like them. There could be times that they interact that doesn't happen. We only see the funny stuff because the whole purpose of the show is to make you laugh.
Yeah.
It's not funny for them to just listen to him talk about boring stuff, you know? They probably
doesn't
do
mean
that.
you can't be a good
They
friend.
probably do that, just not while they're recording.
Doesn't mean you can't be a good friend.
I mean, yeah. Being a good friend's not funny. People aren't entertained by that. Plus, they are good friends. Ross is a terrible friend. You want me to talk about this? Because I will talk about this.
I mean,
I have very passionate opinions about the way he treats Joey.
oh.
Oh, yeah. I will start with
But I mean, everyone treats Joey like crap.
No, I'm talking about
Besides Phoebe.
I'm talking about specific instances where Ross gets mad at Joey, and then he turns around and does worse than Joey does, and everybody's like, poor Ross. Do we want to talk about this? Because I will talk about this.
It's fine.
Okay, moving on. Okay. Name a movie I hate.
Any animation.
No, I don't hate animation. Like, I'm talking about a movie I've seen and...
The Notebook.
Yes, that's more what I was talking about. A movie that you hate? That movie we watched in December. Do you remember? It's called Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds. When he, like... Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's a pretty bad
It's a pretty bad movie. And then... Night at the Museum 3.
I don't hate that movie.
I hated it.
Like, I don't think it was, like, a movie that I could hate. Like, I think it was a bad movie, but I don't hate the movie.
Do you hate any movies?
Yeah.
Is there some I should think of? Like, are you thinking of something I should know?
Not off the top of my head, no.
So we'll just go with Just Friends, because that was a pretty rough movie.
Was a pretty bad movie.
When was the last time I went to the emergency room?
The emergency room?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever?
Once. Told you the story?
It was when you got a concussion, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was at Riverbend.
Mm-hmm.
It was when you ran into that pole in the dining hall, the
When was
giant
it?
cylinder. I don't know if it was your first summer or second summer.
It was my first summer. Summer of 2017. It was the first time I got a concussion.
Have I ever been to the emergency room?
You have not been to the emergency
Yes, I have.
Dang it!
Well, I don't know if it'd be the emergency room.
You've been to doctors. You've been to urgent cares. You've never been to an ER.
I think I have.
When?
When I got in that car wreck.
Oh, yeah! I forgot about that. But, I mean, you weren't hurt.
I know, but they still had to go.
You sprained your pinky.
Yes, but the fact that they had to rush me to the hospital in an ambulance.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I was thinking, like, I couldn't think of an injury that you've ever talked about that you had that made you go to the ER.
Yeah.
So, like, you weren't injured. You had a sprained pinky.
To be fair, let me... I mean, it's a crazy story. A godly story. But, basically, me and my mom, we were driving in a van, and we were going, like, 55 down, like, kind of a back highway. Like, I wouldn't say a farm road, but, like, a back highway, you know. And we see this guy, he, like, comes up over the hill, and then he swerves into our lane. And so my mom's like, this person's crazy. At the time, I was, like, 12. And so she swerves into, like, his lane, you know, like, the opposite lane that you're supposed to be driving, just to, like, to make sure, like, he misses her. And so as he gets closer, we're like, this person's crazy. And then she decides to start slowing down when he's, like, 30 feet away from us. And then she's like, she starts screaming like, this guy's crazy. Ah! and then you just hear a head-on. I remember I closed my eyes. I was in the passenger seat. I closed my eyes. I like tensed up as hard as I could, which is like the worst thing you could possibly do. And we had a head-on collision at like 45 or 50 miles an hour. It was more on my side because I remember like opening my eyes. I see a giant crash. Open my eyes and I smell like the burning fumes in my nose. And like I tried to open my door and it wouldn't open, but my mom could open her door. So I was like, man, this sucks. She was like, call 911. I got my phone. I was like, what's the number for 911? Because, like, I was just, like, so disoriented. I was like, Mom, I don't know the number. You have to call them. and so,
the number for 911.
yeah. And so I was so disoriented. And so then, like, I crawled to the back seat. I opened the door. We were in a van. So, I opened the door. I was, like, walking outside, like, trying to clear my head. The ambulance get there, and there was, like, 5 other people. The other guy was, like, the other guy who was in like a small car and the car like wrapped around him. It was like really intense and they had to like cut him out and like care flight him away. Never heard what happened to him. But and then the ambulance came, they like got my mom out, like put her in a neck brace, like laid her down. And then I was like, what are you gonna do with my mom? And they're like, where's your dad? Like they're like, where's your dad? You need to like step away. And then they're like, oh, I was like, he's not here. And he was like, well, how'd you get here? I was like, I was in the car wreck. And they're like, lay down! You could be killing yourself! And I was just like, so confused.
Because you're just like walking around like, what's
yeah!
happening, bro?
Like, I didn't feel anything. So they gave me like CAT scans or like x-rays and like that. And they're like, yep, you have a sprained pinky. And my mom had like 3 broken ribs, a broken ankle, and a broken wrist. Like, that was it.
Because God had a greater purpose for you.
Yeah. He was like, that car wreck wasn't meant for you.
Okay, good story. Great,
Thanks.
loved it. Glad you survived. Worked out better for me, you know.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you do that annoys me the most?
It's more like, what do I not do?
What is the thing that you do that annoys me the most?
The most? I feel like there's a lot.
That makes me want to die.
The only thing I can really think of is tickling you.
Nope, not even close.
Really?
I would rather you tickle me for the rest of my life than do the other thing that you do that makes me want to die.
Oh, is it when I eat?
The way that you chew makes me lose hope for the world. I mean, I've never hated anything more.
You're so dramatic.
You don't even know. It makes me want to die. Like, I would rather you tickle me for the rest of my life than have to hear you chew.
Well, you're going to have to listen to
It
that the rest
hurts
of
my
your life.
soul. That's gonna be my answer to everything. Okay.
What do you do?
There's a couple of things.
There's one that I think of. I think you know it.
I know one. Well, okay, there's a couple. You hate whenever I poke your belly button.
No.
You hate when I smack your butt. That drives you nuts.
Yeah.
Is that it?
No.
No?
I mean, no.
That thing where I swipe the bottom of your chin?
Yeah, that's pretty annoying.
He hates when I do that.
Oh.
And I don't even know why. I just threw my pen. I don't even know why that annoys me so bad.
It's just like, it's like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I just like, it gets me angry. Like, when you play tennis, you don't, like, have you ever noticed that?
I
Like,
don't even know what you're talking about.
really? Well, okay. I mean,
You
to
said,
be fair.
no, let me explain what you just said. You were like talking about me doing this on your chin annoying you. And you were like, it's like, you know how like when you play tennis, you know what I'm talking about? And I'm like.
Okay, to be fair, you never played tennis. But, like, I feel like tennis, like, for some reason, like, you could have never played tennis in your life. And the fact that, like, when you go to play it and you miss a ball, like, gives you so angry. For some reason, like, I feel like that's anyone who ever plays tennis.
I'm so confused about how this connects to anything that we were talking about.
It's just, like, it gets me randomly angry. Like, I don't know why it gets me angry. It just gets me angry.
Dude, whenever I'm like hormonal, some things that you do make me angry that like I never think about other times.
Yeah. But there's something else I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah? When I poke your armpits, when I tickle you,
You kind of already said it.
when I smack your butt.
Kind of.
When I, like, bounce your butt like that,
No.
that drives you nuts. You, like, get angry at me when I do that.
Yeah, I think that's it.
What
I
was
was
the other
thinking
thing?
about poking my butt.
When are you just, like...
Yeah, but honestly, that doesn't bother me too much. It's mostly when you do that. Gosh, it makes me just want to punch you in the face.
It's so funny to me because you always like you're like oh.
And this is why I annoy you.
What the things that you do that annoy me the most, like when you try to make your chewing annoying, it's less annoying than when you just chew. Like I've never hated anything more than that. Like maybe you should have your tonsils removed just to see if that helps.
Oh.
I'll pay for it.
Oh. Next one.
That's all the questions I had.
That's all the questions?
Yeah, we did like 13 questions. Last time we did like a list of things, it went on for an hour. And so I was worried about doing too many.
I mean, we just about hit 54 minutes because that's how long the other one was.
Whoa. I didn't realize it'd been that long.
Yeah, bro.
I feel like we're not interesting.
Oh?
Do you feel like people are going to be entertained by us?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, I'm not an interesting person, so to be
I
fair.
think you're super interesting. I really like you.
Oh?
Yeah. I like listening to you.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I think you're cool.
I think we need to have a guest in our next podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should invite Dane.
I think he'd be into that. We'll have to come up with things. He gets a little intense sometimes, so.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe no more than I am.
Yeah.
But like.
Because he is the boy version of you.
No. He's a lot more annoying than me. I don't think he gets to be on our podcast until he listens to our first 2 episodes.
Oh?
Bro, it's 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I guess we could end it here.
Thank you for listening to
And
our...
watching.
And watching.
To Nobody Asked the Podcast, the video podcast.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-dum.